Hi and welcome another database development video tutorial. In this video, we are going to learn the following topics. First one is prototyping data, prototype bind source. Prototyping in data, it means that you can load sample data to your application. Then you can create real data from it using its template. The prototype bind source can be used to generate sample data for all the bindings in your project. After you prototype an application, configure the real data source that you see the new data. And you can use the Lebanese designer to connect all the controls and properties to the new data source. When a control or property is connected to the new data, the connection to the prototype bind source is automatically removed. The client dataset with the bindings designer. The client dataset represents an in-memory dataset. A client dataset can be used as a fully functional standalone file-based dataset for single-tier database applications. When used in this manner, the client dataset represents the data stored in a dedicated file on the user's hard disk. A local in-memory buffer of the records from another dataset. The other source dataset can reside in the same form or data model as the client dataset. For example, when the client dataset provides navigation and editing support for the data from an unidirectional dataset. The source dataset can also reside on a separate system when the client dataset supports the client portion of a multi-tier database application. And also we will take a look at customizing the list view and the dynamic appearance. So time to for sample project. So here is our application. We have action list, binding list, and a bind source DB, gesture manager, and prototype bind source, and also tab control. We have two tab controls. The first one we have a list view, toolbar, and this label and a button. So in the action list, I have created next tab action, previous tab action actions for these buttons. And also we have prior next actions for the bindings navigator. You can also add your own standard actions by clicking this one, or you can open up this generated actions available action classes for this application. So here is the list view. In the item appearance, we have item. In the appearance, I have selected dynamic appearance, and I have created title, name, image, text objects for this list view. So we can open the design mode. Here is the text object and also another item text. So you can add your own objects to your list view by clicking this plus button, and you can select the object appearance type, for example, text, image, button maybe. We can select this text and it adds to list view, this one. But we don't need this text file, delete it. So close this design mode, and you can see there's prototype bind source. You can double click it or open this fields editor window. I have created fields for this prototyping. First one is bitmap, name, title, and this lorem ipsum. So first one is bitmap, it's for images, and strings for the data. So you can add your own fields to your prototyping by clicking this button, and you can select this one by pressing Ctrl key on the keyboard, this one, but we don't need this fields. If you want to prototype the data on your application, you can use it one. So cancel it and close. So in the tab item 2, you can see the tab is for detailing. This is the image component, and the LBL title, it's label, and also its label, and this one is memo. So you can see this events for previous tab action from the action list component, and this one is for the bindings navigator next, and it's prior. So come back to tab item 1, and you can open the bind visually, the bindings designer, and here is our prototyping and utilities view. This populates data from the prototype bind source component. So sync it's from all the data, contact bitmap for image, item.image, contact name for name, and contact title for this one title, item title. We can close it. We can select this next tab, and there's also bindings. This one, LBL name, it's contact name one, LBL title, this one, you can see this, and memo for lorem ipsum. Now we can run this application without debugging. Select this, click this. So here is the application. Data, it's populated from the prototype bind source one, and also you can search by name, for example, Anderson, and you can select this and then click this button, and it opens the detail tab. Software engineer Mark Anderson, and you can select this and you can click these buttons to the next employee in your corporation. So that's it for prototyping. Now we have to use real data for our application. So we have to add client dataset component to our form, and we can select load from my base table, and we can open biolife.xml. You can see this data. These are images, so click it and open, and we can select this bind source, client dataset, and we can open the bind visually, and now we can see our bind source DB component. So now we have to only remove these links from this bindings designer. So here is the populated data. We have linked this links to bind source DB. It's real data, and this one. So close it, and here's our application. It's generated the real data from client dataset database. Also we can see this one. Here is the tail data for fish. Now we can run this application and check this out. So here is the application. It's images, it's height, and select, and it's tail mode, and also we can write something and it saves. And thank you for watching. See you in the next video.